happen. Ooh. The 31, Tim Goulet, that just had a few issues tonight. This is the choose camera. We're not using the choose here.
It's kind of odd.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. How you spin back that way across the racetrack.
Maybe he was trying to catch it off of
right there. Number 69.
Right behind the 73
push
Vandy
here. We might have a little sandwich here.
Looked like he got a little bit of push, and push was a little bit off center, I think, and it put him up in the outside wall.
Yeah, so if we were to look a little bit further back, so Jack Wood was delivering a really nice push to, I believe that was 11 car behind the 69, and when those three cars all jam up together, the energy's got to go somewhere, and just being that little bit off center, you saw it in the duels in the Cup race, just being that little bit off center can really upset the car, and I'm not sure Scott was really expecting that push.
That was the 11 of Bryce Hogberg.
Pretty reasonable impact there.
Yeah, and I mean, we're 12 laps into the race. I mean, these drivers see you guys doing it on Sundays.
Robbie Lyons saw that coming before anybody else. He was bailing.
Yeah, and I think it's way too early to be pushing and shoving here.
That's the thing. It's different agendas in these races. We're talking about, Jack Wood and Amber.
Bit of a jumble right there.
Good save by 25.
Yeah. Gustine in the 25, Scott Melton the 69. But watch Greg Vanol come through here. He had such a head of steam. Those cars were off the throttle. Looks like I don't know if he faded up a little bit and made contact with his 69, or if Scott Melton came down a little bit, but there was contact between the 69 of Scott Melton and the 35 of Greg Vanol.
Yeah, I think what started all this, it looks like the 15 had some sort of issue. She decides to dive to the bottom. That's why everybody gets all stacked up. And yeah, it looks like the 69 faded low. The car in front of him was kind of fading down. He probably
was just trying to follow that car underneath him, and unfortunately Greg Vanol was there.
It's a tough break, man.
And remember, we talk about spotters. That's a long way over there to the backstretch for those spotters to see which lane they are. They can see front and back, but it's hard to see which lane people's cars here.
Oh, Jesse Love talking about him. Led 37 laps tonight, side by side as they go into turn one.
This 25 car is just going to appear. Yeah, so they were four wide going into the corner. And the tough part about this is you're negotiating with three other guys. What lane do I deserve to be in? Because if you're the middle car and four wide, do you deserve to be on the racetrack, painting the yellow line, or do you have to be below the WO line? And I don't think all of them knew that everyone was there. I'd love to see a wider shot of that.
Here it is right here.
Yeah, so they're thinking they're racing the two of them for the lead. Yeah. Meanwhile, they're down here trying to make something happen. And if you're the 25, you probably just back out. You're not going to get a position there. So if you're going to,
he needs to keep it under control. Needs to keep those emotions in check. Oh, big hit for Conor Jones in turn 3. Caution flag going to come out. Wow, we saw that car dart to the right and curb. Pushed him up into the 4 car, nowhere for Eric Nasimo to go, and he went head on into the tire barrier there in turn, I believe that's turn 8. Let's see if we get one more look at it. Going away from us. Ooh, yeah, up over the curb. And look at this impact. Ooh, no tire barrier right there. Exposed concrete. Wow, hard hit for Eric Nasimo in the number 4. Take a look at this at full speed, folks. Coming right at you. Pow. Big time hit there for Eric Nasimo. Then he got into this.
Gustine on the inside, and Jay, and they're wrecking behind him.
Kitzmiller is one of those cars. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Ryan Doza, the 57, slams into the side of Kitzmiller. Oh, something happened to Kitzmiller, it looks like. I don't know if it just was a matter of spinning the tires or something else, and I'm not sure.
To me, that has every making of a missed shift.
Yeah.
Because it's like, obviously, you'd be going from second to third. So that looks like a second to first moment, which slows down the transmission and obviously a lot of wheel speed.
Bandage here.
Just gets loose.
Oh, this thing's going to snap back here, Phil. It's going to be a big hit.
He's steering all the way. He's doing his best to try to stay out of that wall, but thank goodness for the safer barrier.
It's about as head-on as you could take that hit right there. I'm glad he was able to get out, walk away from that one.
That lap car really caused, and the speed differential was massive between the slower vehicle, and these guys just don't quite know where to go. The communication quite isn't there. Some people aren't quite aware on the outside what's happening. Tell you what, Sean Corr getting clear down here was really tight.
Yeah, that's AJ Moyer in the 06.
And I think Jesse Love must have lifted, seeing how close that was, and he just got run over from behind. So hard to communicate that as quick as they came up on that lap car.
And Tim Richmond, family-run team, worked so hard for it, worked his way up to 12th, and now significant damage to that 27. The impact right here.
It might have been Andy J. maybe that got in the back of Jesse.
Yeah, that's hard to say. That's two cars racing for the same piece of road, because the 02 still hadn't turned down to the bottom yet, hadn't gotten there, and the 55 was definitely making sure she could turn down to the bottom. Maybe wasn't even expecting a pass.
On board with Christian Rose.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hard hit.
I think unfortunate for both those drivers, but I think just a racing incident, Phil. I don't know.